Welcome back to the Water Boys podcast. We are back better than ever. It is almost time for Thursday Night Football. Well, sort of. We got it's tomorrow. It's Wednesday. So we're gearing up for another week of football. It's going to be good. Boys, we're back on the pod. We have a lot to get through today. It's going to be a fun episode. We're switching it up a little bit. We got a bunch of new stuff. It's going to be good.
I'm great.
How are
and
we?
like you said, it's going to be a different episode, but, we got some rankings, some lists to go over. It's going to be a lot of back and forth, so I'm looking forward to it. I've been thinking all day about it, so I'm excited to actually get it out there on the pod today. And one thought to open up the day or the podcast is I had a great finish to my day today, and it just made me think about how great it is to be an adult. I went home, I got a McDonald's milkshake and fries because I can do that, and I loved it, and it was great. And
is that
it
the
actually
benchmark
is. I was
of being
thinking
an
about
adult?
it. I was like, I never could have done this 10 years ago. So anyway, it was kind of fun. Good way to end my day, and I don't know, just brought a lot of joy to my heart.
It doesn't
Absolutely
take much
not.
to
I'm
make
very,
Steve happy.
Very
Just
simple, man.
a shake and
If anybody
fries.
knows me, I'm very simple, so it was great. But anyway, sorry, just had to get that off my chest. Jackson, how you doing?
Yeah. No, that's great. I'm doing well. I am with you. I think rather than McDonald's, if I got a Chick-fil-A milkshake with a spicy chicken sandwich, that makes my day. Probably makes my week. Like I'm probably thinking about that sandwich leading up to it, and then a few days after as well. That hits every single time. But I'm good. Up until Kyle mentioned it was Wednesday, I was under the impression it was Thursday. I'll be honest. I thought the Commanders were playing in an hour and a half. So that's I'm a little disoriented. Apparently, I've been traveling a little bit this week, but that's okay. I'm
Nice.
back. I'm settled.
Regroup. We're good.
We're here.
We're good.
Yeah,
We are
regrouping,
here.
regrouping.
We're ready. We are going to kick this episode off a little bit differently. Jackson has got some trivia for us.
Yeah, I do.
For me and Steve.
excited.
And so we're just going to kick it off with a little bit of Jackson trivia here. We got no
No
idea
idea.
what's coming.
Yeah, and
so,
feel free
take it
to
away.
play along.
Yeah, so-
those of you who are listening too, but we have no
Yeah,
clue what's
please
coming.
do.
So
Yeah, play along.
Please do. Yeah, so I watch a lot of different shows like The Herd, Good Morning Football, things like that. And I noticed that a lot of them have trivia either during commercials or just a part of their segment. Some of the trivia is extremely hard, and even though I try to play along, it's just really difficult. Other times it's just really interesting facts. I more went the interesting fact route. So I'm gonna ask you guys some questions. In the spirit of this episode, we're talking a lot about quarterbacks today, which I'm really excited to get into Steven's top 10 list because he's really excited about it, which means I'm sure I'm going to argue with something he'll say. But to kind of tee that up, get you all thinking about quarterbacks, I'm going to ask you guys 6 questions just on the current state of the NFL. These are all 2023 to 2024 NFL season questions. Talking about quarterback performance. I'll give you guys some options as well. So you won't necessarily just be, spitting out random quarterbacks or like, oh, I totally forgot about that guy. To start us off, we'll kind of go a softball, I hope, and we're going to keep tally. What quarterback is leading the league in passing yards this season? Is it Kirk Cousins, Matthew Stafford, Justin Herbert, Patrick Mahomes, or Tua Tagovailoa?
I like you're giving us multiple choice because I wasn't ready.
Yeah.
I'm actually
Big multiple choice.
Kyle, I
guy.
don't know if you want to
Yeah.
do this, but
Uh,
I'm drawing it on my my phone here to hold it up if you want to do that. But okay.
No, just answer. Just go ahead.
Okay, I'm
Just
gonna say
answer,
Kirk
yeah.
Cousins.
Steve, go ahead.
Kirk Cousins.
Dude, I was
That's
going to say
fine.
Kirk
You can
as
say it too.
well.
Yeah. You can say the same thing.
So we're both taking Cousins.
Both taking Cousins. Cousins is not correct.
Dang.
He is third this year. Second being
Okay.
Matthew Stafford, which is crazy. First is Tua
Wow.
Tagovailoa.
See,
by
I
a
thought
pretty
since Tua
wide
had a
margin.
down game last week, he might have fallen off. Interesting.
Yeah. No, many would think that. I think the 500-yard performance roughly carried him quite a bit. All right, well, moving right along here, the answer was Tua Tagovailoa. Not many people might have thought that, I suppose, but leading the league in passing yards this season. Good for him. Next question: who has the best passer rating for this season among starting quarterbacks so far? So you can't say like Mike White; he's not a starting quarterback because he did have a 158 passer rating as a backup. So not that. Starting quarterbacks: you have Patrick Mahomes, Josh Allen, Brock Purdy, Tua Tagovailoa, and Russell Wilson. Mind
Purdy.
you that four of the 5 of these are in the top 5.
Brock Purdy.
I'm gonna go Russell Wilson.
The answer is Brock Purdy,
Dang.
leading the NFL with a 115.1 passer rating.
Ding, ding, ding,
System
ding, ding.
quarterback.
Yeah, I don't know, man. Did you know he's never lost a game he's started and finished as an NFL starter? And he hasn't thrown a
crazy.
pick this year.
That's
No
crazy.
interceptions.
Wow.
He's among 3 other quarterbacks who have not thrown a pick,
It's 'cause
which
they
we'll
just
talk
run
about
it.
later. But yeah, he's having a sneaky good year. I mean, people talk about it as Mr. Irrelevant, but he wins games. I don't know. Who do you
That he
think,
does.
next question, has the worst passer rating this season among starting quarterbacks? Is it Zach Wilson, Daniel Jones, Joe Burrow, Bryce Young, or Desmond Ridder?
Daniel Jones.
I'm gonna go Zach Wilson.
Daniel Jones is a close second as the worst. However, the worst in the NFL is Joe Burrow
Whoa.
among starting quarterbacks this
I
NFL
second-
season.
I second-
That was a shocker when I saw that stat. I could not
is-
believe that. Like, if you had told me that at the beginning of the season, I never would have bought into that. We'll wrap it up with 2 more questions here. Among these quarterbacks, 2 of them are tied for most interceptions thrown. Which are they? Jimmy Garoppolo, Sam Howell, Justin Fields, Matthew Stafford, and Daniel Jones.
Say that tied for what?
Yeah.
Say that one more time.
2 of them are tied for most interceptions thrown this year. If you can get one of them, I'll give you both the point.
Sam Howell for sure.
I do think he is one of them. I think he has 5 interceptions.
So are you going with Sam Howell as well? Two of them have.
Say the list besides Sam
Yeah.
Howell again.
Yeah, Jimmy Garoppolo, Sam Howell, Justin Fields, Matthew Stafford, Daniel Jones. For our viewers out there as well.
I'm gonna say Justin Fields and Sam Howell.
Let's say Sam Howell. And
Do you want to guess second person? Just to.
I do. Sorry, say it one more time.
You're okay. Jimmy Garoppolo, Sam Howell, Justin Fields, Matthew Stafford, Daniel Jones.
Okay. I'm gonna go with Daniel Jones. But I feel like he fumbles it more than he intercepts.
Yeah, he's not good at taking care of the football. Daniel Jones and Jimmy Garoppolo are tied for 6 this season,
Dang.
which ties the
Let's go
game
Sam
up
Howell.
going into the last round. The last question, you both have 1 point.
Ooh.
Ready?
Okay,
the
I'm
ready.
final
I'm
question.
ready.
All right.
What rounds, respectively, were Jordan Love and Sam Howell drafted in?
Oh,
5.
easy. 5 and 1.
Okay, I got it. You guys nailed that. All right, I got to bring another one then. That was so quick. Hopefully, that was harder for the viewers. I was hoping that would stump one of y'all because it'd be really funny if it did, considering they were your favorite teams. But
I will
I
never
mentioned
forget the first round quarterback.
yeah, that was a crazy pick. So I mentioned Brock Purdy has thrown 0 interceptions this season. Very impressive. There are 2 other quarterbacks who have thrown 0 interceptions. And this is, again, only among quarterbacks who have started every game. Can you name one of them? You don't have to name both. You get one guess. I'm not going to give you options this time.
I have a guess.
Okay.
I have a random guess.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay.
Steve, go.
Okay, Lamar Jackson.
I just have a random guess. Geno Smith.
Neither are correct,
Dang.
unfortunately. Yeah.
Jackson, these are hard.
It's
Who was the
Joshua
right
Dobbs
answer?
and C.J. Stroud both have not thrown a pick.
Oh, duh.
Crazy.
No, that is.
Yeah.
Yeah, I knew that.
Should have done the multiple choice. All right, we're gonna do one more. What NFL team? This is off, but we need a tiebreaker. Has led the league in fourth down conversion since 2021?
I haven't guessed.
Chiefs, Jaguars, Lions, or Eagles?
Fourth down conversions. Okay.
Lead the league in
Eagles.
fourth down conversions.
Eagles.
I was gonna say Eagles too, but I don't want to do it for the sake of the tiebreaker.
You got to get it in quicker.
Jags.
Dang, Lions.
Oh my god.
This is
Oh my
harder than I
gosh.
thought it was. Oh my gosh. Okay. Who is leading the league in touchdowns among starting quarterbacks this year? Is it? Give me a second. I gotta
I'm
organize
glad that
this.
you have these questions. Keep on coming.
Yeah. Is it Patrick Mahomes, Jordan Love, Josh Allen, or Kirk Cousins? Who is leading the league in passing touchdowns? Patrick Mahomes, Jordan Love, Josh Allen, Kirk Cousins.
Kirk Cousins.
Are you kidding me?
You gotta be faster.
It's true. Okay.
As Kyle thinks, try to get your answers in your mind, viewers or listeners. However
Say them one more time. Sorry.
Yeah, we got Patrick Mahomes, Jordan Love, Josh Allen, Kirk Cousins. All of these people are in the top 5.
That's right.
Just because it could be, I'm just gonna go Patty.
It is Kirk Cousins.
I knew it was
Steven.
Kirk Cousins.
That was fun. I'll have to
was.
do some more stat-related ones. The one that was most shocking is definitely Joe Burrow to me. I cannot believe he has the worst passer rating among starting quarterbacks this year. That is crazy.
Yeah.
Really cool for Purdy that has the best. Kyle knew that quickly. I'm kind of impressed at how quick that answer was.
You know.
a sneaky pick there.
I know.
Yeah,
I know
sneaky
some
pick.
things.
Well, let's keep talking quarterbacks because
Yes.
Yeah, let's do it.
we got these lists made up, and
Not me.
that's right. Kyle's gonna wing this, going on gut feeling. I don't know whether we should start from 10 or 1. I kind of want to start at 10.
10 for sure.
Okay.
Yeah, 10, absolutely.
Top 10 quarterbacks, folks. Here we go.
And laying some ground rules. This is across the whole league, and so it could be guys that have gotten hurt. It could be guys that have started all the games. It doesn't matter. This is our list of current top 10 quarterbacks. So I can start it off if you want, but we'll just leave it up for you guys. What do you want?
Considering you've spent some time on this list, let's
Okay.
hear your coveted 10th place.
Okay, my coveted 10th place right now is CJ Stroud. He is a rookie quarterback, but he has come into the league and he's been very clean, as you mentioned. He has not thrown an interception, correct? And
He is not 1-3.
he is just his passing yards are crazy. Like he's getting everybody involved. He's been very confident in his throws. He looks like a veteran quarterback, really. And so I've been very surprised by his play. And looking at the full list of 32 quarterbacks, there's not many that I would want above him. And so for a rookie quarterback, I think number 10 is a very respectable place for him to be. And I'm very surprised with, what he's done this year.
Yeah, I like that pick. I toyed with putting him in my top 10 as well. He's 4th in passing yards, and he's one of 9 quarterbacks with over 100 passer rating on the year. So he actually, by all accounts, should belong in the top 10 in terms of performance. I went a different direction, though. I threw this list together very last minute and couldn't really, when just browsing all the quarterbacks, pick one that I really thought was better. I like CJ Stroud. I don't think he's a top 10 quarterback, though. I think that's a bold take. He is good, and he's doing well for his team, but that means he's better than 22 other quarterbacks some have been in the league for a while, and I struggle to make that conclusion. One that I do think has been playing for a little while, has established himself as a top 10 quarterback consistently throughout his career, and probably will be remembered as a top 10 quarterback when he retires, is Aaron Rodgers. And Before people come at me about this, I'm sure someone's listening being like, he didn't even play. He played 3 downs. Okay, and I know they weren't even that great when he was in. But if he's healthy, and we're talking about any quarterback in the NFL, is he not a top 10 quarterback? Because I believe he is. Like he is that good. I would want him if I were a fan of really any team. I mean, obviously I'm a Jaguars fan. We have Trevor Lawrence, but he's a great quarterback. He's a great sign. So I'm gonna put him at 10, mainly because I want to see what Kyle and Steven have to say about it. I could not find one that I liked better. So removing the argument that he hasn't played this year, why is he not a top 10 quarterback?
He's not a top 10 quarterback based off of last year's stats. And if you're saying he's still top 10 in the league, last year he had a very mediocre year. I mean, he barely got above 3,500 yards. He had a 2-to-1 pass to interception ratio for the most part. And he didn't lead his team well. The Packers stunk last year. And so just watching him the past few years, and I know he had a couple MVPs in there a few years ago, but just watching him now, and even the first drive of his career with the Jets, there are things that he used to do in the pocket he just physically can't do anymore. He's not agile anymore. He can still make crazy throws, but his inaccuracy last year was something I was not used to and frankly surprised. There were throws that he missed last year that you were like, oh, that's weird. It's like the first time you saw Aaron Rodgers start to age. And that was concerning for me. And he played a whole year last year and was very average. And so even if he'd played this year, you give him with a terrible offensive line with the Jets and then average weapons around him.
Okay. I wouldn't say average weapons.
He has Tyler Conklin.
Offensive player. He has Tyler Conklin. Garrett Wilson was the offensive player rookie of the year.
He's great. And then you have Alan Lazard and Randall Cobb, two of which he
and Dalvin Cook and Breece Hall.
They haven't been using them at all. The Jets don't.
But those are weapons. Okay, yeah. Anyway, that's a great argument though. You're not
can
wrong.
argue that he's
definitely on the decline.
He had a great backfield last year, and he had probably better receiving core last year, in my opinion, with Christian Watson, Romeo Doubs, and Alan Lazard. Those are all 3 very good receivers. That's just my take. That's why I wouldn't have him in my top 10, because he didn't win last year with equal or better players around him.
Did he make the playoffs? That's fair. What do you think, Kyle? Who's your 10?
My 10 is going to be, unfortunately, Dak Prescott.
Oh, you're crazy. Wow. Get out of here. No way. That's worse than Rodgers. That's terrible. Yes, it is. Absolutely. He's done nothing this year. He's terrible. His defense has carried him.
Exactly. That's why he's 10, and his team is still decent. So he gets the number 10 spot.
I don't hate it. I'd put him in like a top 12 category.
Oh, that's still crazy.
Definitely top 15. If you look across the whole league at the quality of quarterbacks there are these days, our childhood quarterbacks,
that's fair.
It was stacked when we were growing up. Now, I mean, you've got like Mac Jones, Zach Wilson should not be starting. Kenny Pickett should not be starting. It's just guys that are across the league that shouldn't have starting jobs.
I just think Dak is overrated. I have a personal qualm with him. He's overpaid.
I definitely don't like him.
I agree with that.
He's very overpaid. He's not what people, even I think some of the ownership, like Jerry Jones, thinks he is. Mm-hmm. I think if you put him on like the Cardinals, he sucks. Like he's terrible. He has incredible weapons, incredible offensive line, and an unreal defense. That is, I don't know if they're the highest scoring defense in the NFL. They're probably close if they aren't. They're getting touchdowns left and right. Like anyway, I guess that's respectable. We got to keep going. I'm going to pick apart all of this. I'm going to argue with a lot of this.
I hope once we get to like 1, 2, and 3, it'll be a little.
It'll be. I don't know. My 4 is out there.
Okay. All right. Okay. So number 9 for me is, and y'all might not like this either, but I got Russell Wilson.
Same.
Wow.
I do too.
Okay. Great.
I also
I do too.
was going to pick Russell Wilson at number 9.
Hey, we agreed on something. Hey, that's a great takeaway. If we just stopped here, I think I'd feel good.
We agreed on our number 9 quarterback.
We agree on number 9 quarterback. He's a good talent. Obviously, they're not winning a lot, but his passer rating, yards, and touchdowns actually aren't bad.
That's what I'm saying. Like his stats are great, and we're going off of stats. And for a team that's 1-3, I wouldn't say he's the issue. So
yeah. No, I don't think he's the issue. Do I think he's still an MVP caliber quarterback like I thought he was in Seattle? No, but
no.
He'll hopefully remain a top 10 quarterback till he retires, similar to Aaron Rodgers. Kidding. All right, 8. Take
okay,
it, Steve.
I like that we all agreed on that. Okay, you're not going to agree on this one. Number 8, I got Joe Burrow. And
absolutely not.
Okay, here's my argument, though. Joe Burrow's not healthy. Joe Burrow's calf is hurt. He is not playing to the highest of his abilities right now, and you can't say it's because he doesn't have a good team around him. He's got the same team he's had for the past few years, and we saw what he did the past 2 years. He was great. It's a Joe Burrow issue, and I think he's just banged up right now. He'll find it. I don't think it's going to be this way all year long. He just needs to get healthy, so he's still a top 10 guy. I actually had him higher to start off, but then I realized I couldn't do that. So 8 is the lowest I'll go, but also I don't think right now any higher is deserving.
I looked at this whole thing as more of like a right now type of deal. So like I couldn't agree with putting him in the top 10 just because you're right, he's not healthy, but he's not playing well, so he can't be in that conversation for me. But that's just me.
Yeah, I mean, when healthy, he's a top 5 talent when healthy, easily. But even though I did put Rodgers at 10, I kind of did to stir the pot a little bit because I just didn't see another quarterback I wanted there, whether it be Stroud, Prescott, or anyone else. I wouldn't put him in this list just because he hasn't played well this year. I know that kind of contradicts my 10th pick, but I'll stand by that. I think worst passer rating among starting quarterbacks kind of irks me a little bit. That's not good. He shouldn't have beat the Rams either. Like the Rams choked that game. They won by like a field goal, and they're a unrespectable 1-3 right now. So dangerous team if he gets healthy, of course. Like still very much even in the playoff race. If he comes back next week and he's healthy, that's an AFC Championship team. But yeah, I actually had Jared Goff at 8. I think he's having a great year. I didn't realize how well he's done since the latter half of last season and this season, but he's actually putting up pretty impressive numbers, and the Lions are winning games. Like I was talking with both Steve and Ing, I was talking to both of you about this. I cannot imagine a world where the Lions are good and have a shot at the NFC Championship. And as I said on our last episode, whoever won that Lions-Packers game will be going to the playoffs. I do believe the Lions will go to the playoffs. They unfortunately didn't just beat the Packers. I wanted the Packers to win, but they handled that game well, and they've handled most of their games well at that. Their only loss was an overtime loss. I like Goff. I mean, I know I'm more evaluating based on winning percentage, but he's making good decisions. He's making good throws. Again, impressive numbers for the year. I think he's a solid 8 out of 10.
I like it.
Not bad. I am going to take Brock Purdy as my number 8 quarterback. Obviously, 49ers are really good. He's put up some good numbers, but I just don't think he's quite, he's not higher than that for me, and I'm going 8.
I'm going to go ahead and say it. I don't have Brock Purdy on my top 10.
Oh, wow.
And I'm okay with it.
That's okay. That's okay.
No. Best passer rating in the NFL, and he hasn't thrown an interception, and you don't have him in your top 10.
Nope. Put him on it. Put him on the Steelers. He sucks. He's a system quarterback.
I don't think he sucks. Do I think the system makes it better? Yes. Do I think other quarterbacks that have been in this system, it's been an existing system for a while, and a lot of the pieces have been there for a while.
Jimmy Garoppolo sucks now. he
yeah,
was
but he
good with
wasn't.
49ers.
He also wasn't a. He didn't have the best passer rating in the NFL, and he threw interceptions all the time when he was on the Niners. I agree.
But they
Any
still
quarterback gets better
won.
in the Niners. Any quarterback gets better in the Niners. I'm with you.
Yeah.
But I'm talking about numbers here. He looks good. Like his numbers are top 10.
I'm just not sold on him. And I know that's probably the wrong thing to say, but my gut's telling me say no to
He's
Brock
eighth
Purdy.
in passing yards. eighth in pass yards, first in passer rating. I mean, okay, we're gonna come back to him because he's much higher on my list.
Okay.
But yeah, 7.
Number 7. We'll keep rolling through these a little faster, and y'all
Yeah.
might not like this one either. Tua Tagovailoa. He's my number 7.
I thought you would have had him higher actually.
Similar to like a Brock Purdy argument, like I think the Dolphins are a perfect fit for him. Him having Tyreek Hill is a perfect fit for him because it takes
agree
a
with
lot of
that.
the pressure off of Tua. I don't
Yeah.
think he's necessarily a top 5 quarterback based off of, what we've seen in the past because he does do some things pretty poorly. So, I don't know. To me, he's not quite there yet. Maybe after this year. I mean, he's having an MVP start. We'll say that. Or top 3 start. But I don't know. Maybe at the end of the year, we'll have a little bit more of a sample on him.
Yeah, no, I'm with you actually. I actually also have Tua here. I initially had him an 8, but I found I'm comfortable with him being 7. Anything lower than that, I'd be frustrated because I actually do think he's a system quarterback. I don't think Purdy is. I think Tua is. I see Purdy make some pretty incredible throws, and not that I don't see Tua do that, but I see him get away with some throws because of who he's throwing to, and his run game, like on the Dolphins, like defenses just have to respect that so much that what they're doing with their motions, what Mike McDaniels is doing, honestly, very similar to blank on the name, Kyle Shanahan on the 49ers. Like just similar offensive genius. I really don't think he's that great. Now I have a different argument for Purdy, of course, but I think Tua is a mid-tier quarterback in the NFL, but better since he's on the Dolphins.
Yeah.
You're all wrong about 7.
Wait, Jackson, did you have Tua at 7 too?
Yeah, I do.
Oh, okay. I didn't remember seeing
Yeah.
that. Nice.
He is ranked higher than that. He has the best stats as a quarterback in the NFL. But talking about
What?
Look
We're just gonna agree. We're just gonna breeze over that.
look
Okay.
at look at the top NFL passing stats. He's the top of the league. Don't shrug your shoulders. Look at the NFL. Look at the NFL player passing stats. 2023, number 1 is
gosh.
Tua.
I mean,
He looks in passing yards. He is number 1. He is 3rd in touchdowns and like 4th in rating. So I mean, he's good.
He is
No,
good.
he's second rating actually. I stand corrected. He's good,
Yeah.
but he's a system quarterback. I'm gonna jump on Steven's argument with my own pick on 8. He's a system quarterback.
Okay.
No.
Anyways, my number 7 quarterback, he does not have the best stats in the NFL, but he's just outside the top 10. After what I saw against the Eagles this past Sunday, it's none
Oh
other
my word!
than Sam Howell.
If you
Sam
put Jordan
Howell.
Love on yours, grunt.
Sam
Go ahead.
Howell,
Continue.
biggest problem is not him. It's the offensive line. He's been sacked the most in the NFL, 24 times. Some of that is partially his fault, but most of that is not his fault. Sam Howell, number 7, fantastic quarterback. He's pretty much a rookie. He's my number 7. Lock it in.
Wow.
Next year, he will be top 5.
Wow. I don't know about that, but
Oh no!
I respect you for
I
being
don't.
on board with the Sam
I don't.
Howell experience.
No, I don't. Just to be clear, because it wasn't. Clear.
Look, I want
That's-
nothing but the best for Mr. Howell. I wouldn't put him in my top
I do
10,
too.
obviously, but I do
Hey.
agree with you. He,
Yeah, obviously.
the
Jackson,
sacks.
you're
This-
uninvited tomorrow to watch the game.
Yeah, that's fair. Yeah, I'm pretty sure the listeners are thinking the same thing I am, so I don't need to explain it.
Not a
I'm
chance.
good.
Not a
I'm
chance.
good. I'm good. I respect your loyalty to your team because I do not have Lawrence on this top 10 list because he is not
Because
played as a top 10
he's
quarterback.
garbage.
Oh my gosh, you're killing me tonight. Bro, no, he's not garbage. He's had a
Yes.
few bad games. Not really that bad, but we just haven't won.
Okay, he's not garbage, but Sam Howell's better.
You'd rather have Sam Howell than Trevor Lawrence. If we did a straight up trade right now, be honest with me.
That's really hard.
Trevor Lawrence as your starting quarterback for the
You're
Commanders for the next
acting like
decade.
Trevor Lawrence has had a Hall of Fame start to his career.
He hasn't had a Hall of Fame start, but he's a generational talent and a first round overall pick.
So?
Sam Howell is 5th round.
And he's playing great.
If you want to make what round they're picked in, you could say Brock Purdy. I mean, he was Mr. Irrelevant.
But he's leading the league with with his passer rating, and he has 0 picks. That's
what I'm
different.
saying. That's what I'm saying. So,
Sam Howell isn't leading anything.
You
He's not even in the top 10 for anything.
can't use the draft because Tom Brady was picked in like the 6th round.
Okay, whatever. No, I'm just gonna find where Sam Howell
He was
is for passer
drafted
rating.
worse than Sam Howell.
We're gonna find him.
Sam
Let's see if he's
Howell.
on the first page. Oh, surprise, he's not. Let's go to the second page. He's like 26th over a dude.
In what?
Okay.
What are you
Passer
looking at?
rating. Passer rating.
That means nothing.
because he's been sacked so many times.
No, passer rating is calculated based on passing attempts, completions, touchdowns, and interceptions.
Oh,
It's an equation. So it's I'm not going to go through the equation right now, but like it's essentially a scale to determine based on all of those factors how good are they. A perfect pass rating is like 158.3. His average is an 81.3.
They don't know what they're talking about.
Okay. All right, Kyle.
It's all about the eye test.
We got to keep moving here. So let's hear the number 6, Steven.
All right.
It was a crazy 7.
Number
Wow.
6, I'm going Lamar Jackson.
Okay. I like that
Nothing
one.
crazy this year for him as far as
Yep.
his stats go. However, he's taking care of the ball, and the Ravens are decent. They're winning, but they're not.
Yeah,
at
no,
full,
they are.
They're not at full strength right now. So, I mean, yeah, he's Lamar Jackson. I don't want to think people. I don't think. Gosh, people think that he's kind of falling off, in my opinion. But he's still very relevant. He's still a very great talent. So I'm putting him at number 6.
Yeah, no, I don't have him at 6, but I have him around this area. He's actually my 5th for a similar reason. I think they're using him in a more conservative way, but yeah, I mean he's still former MVP like not long ago at all, and he doesn't look slower. I just think they're more conservative with their play calling. They're trying to use him more as a quarterback, less as a running back.
They're going for
style.
longevity with him.
Yeah,
Which I get.
Agreed.
And they're still winning. It's fine.
And they're still winning, right? Exactly. So as long as they're winning, it's fine. When they're not winning, maybe you want to break out his athleticism a little more. But I actually had Captain Kirk at 6. Kirk Cousins. The winning category, he's not doing great, obviously. I don't think it's him. I think his defense got considerably worse in the offseason. They also did lose Thielen, who's been his favorite target for I don't even know how long. For as long as I've been playing fantasy football, at least. They lost Dalvin Cook as well. I mean, I think that the team is on the downslope, unfortunately, particularly in that division. I don't even think they'll be top 2. I think it'll be Lions, Packers. But, yeah, I mean, he's still incredible. I'll be honest, I'm a little biased. I kind of fell in love with him after the quarterback Netflix documentary. I really like what he's about. Some of his stats are there, obviously, in terms of like passing yards, passing touchdowns. He's 3rd in passing yards, leading in passing touchdowns, as was one of the trivia questions. And his passer rating's over a 104.4 as well. So it doesn't really seem to be his fault. 104, by the way, puts him at like 3rd in the NFL or like 5th in the NFL. He's really good. So yeah, that's my 6 and 5, I guess. We can just snake back. Who you got, Kyle?
My Number 6 is going to be stink. Hang on. Is going to be Jalen Hurts.
Okay.
It's a little
No,
little low for me,
Same,
but I understand it.
yeah, me too, actually.
it is what it is.
I don't
and
even think-
I don't have an
yeah.
explanation for it, but he's 6.
Yeah, that's fine. I don't need one there. That's definitely not the craziest thing you've said in this list.
All right, I'm gonna jump into my top 5 here.
Yeah.
I got Kirk Cousins at 5. Jackson's all the same reasons. He's a
Yeah, so
solid.
we just switched.
Yeah, he's a solid quarterback. I expect him to actually be up there for MVP voting if he does continue on this trajectory. So, yeah, it's not his fault what's going on with the Vikings. So he's having a great season, and I really like him.
Yeah. Who you got at 5, Kyle?
Justin
Mine was Lamar
Herbert.
Jackson. I think that's very low
That's too high.
for him. Yeah, he's having an incredible year.
I'm a big
but
Justin Herbert guy.
I am too. I am definitely bought in on Justin Herbert. At least he's in your top 5, so I guess that's better. But I don't know where he's at with passer rating among quarterbacks. I'm trying to find that now.
You and this passer rating.
It's this. What do you? Oh my gosh! It's the NFL standard on how we evaluate quarterback. Like they've created this formula
The
for
NFL
this purpose.
are idiots.
Whew, okay. I mean, I don't even. Dude, you grinding my gears, Kyle.
Hey, good thing it's my list and not yours.
Amen.
I guess.
Attaboy,
Oh my
Kyle.
gosh.
All right,
He's
number
top 5
4.
in everything.
Number 4, I got
Number
Jalen
4.
Hurts. I think. Let me double check. Yep, that's right. Kyle, I actually like your Jalen Hurts pick more now that I'm looking at him. He's just not tearing it up. I kind of wish now I would have put him a little bit lower in my list. But I mean, he's a Super Bowl caliber quarterback. He has what it takes to lead his team, and he's not the flashiest quarterback, but he's steady.
I have Brock Purdy at 4.
Ugh.
Obviously, neither of you agree with us. I'm glad he at least got in Kyle's top 10. Until he loses a football game as a starter, I'm not going to keep him out of the top 5. On top of that, leading the NFL in passer rating, which again is a compilation, oh my word, of passing yards, passing touchdowns, interceptions, completions. It's a composite score, essentially. I can go through all those individual stats if you want me to and compare it, but it's a lot easier to say passer rating because it evaluates all of them, right? I think it's crazy that he's not in your top 10, Steve. I understand the argument. It's a common argument, but at some point you got to start evaluating the fact that, again, he is just excellent with taking care of the ball. 0 interceptions. He's won every game he's started and finished. That's just, how do you not have him in the top 5? But anyway,
I stand
or
by
top
it.
10 for that matter. I know you do. It's okay. I'm sure someone out there agrees with you in a dark corner somewhere. But Kyle, who you got it for?
Kirk Cousins.
Love it.
Love it. Absolutely love it.
All right.
Oh, now
Yeah.
you do. Now you love it all.
No, I do. I love it now. You're ridiculous. Because you're putting these crazy people.
All right, number
All right.
3, I
It's
got Josh Allen. Josh Allen, while he turns the ball over at a higher rate than most, you can't deny that he can do a lot of things really well. So, Josh Allen, number 3. And he's consistently good.
I completely forgot to write Josh Allen down on this list.
Well, you're a
My
Josh
list is
Allen
broken.
hater, so that's...
I kind of am, but he definitely belongs in the top 10. I don't know where I'd put him at this point. This is what I get for doing
would
this
you
last
not?
minute.
Okay, you've been ragging me this whole time, and you don't even have Josh Allen in your top 10.
I just forgot about him, Kyle.
Ridiculous. Why don't you go look at his...
You put Sam Howell at 7.
Why don't you go look at
ridiculous.
your passer rating?
Passer rating. Yeah, I knew that was coming. Gosh. I would probably kick Rodgers off and put Allen in somewhere. I mean, at this point, I don't want to redo my list, but probably bump everyone from 3. I'd have him at 3 as well, which would make Hurts 4, Purdy 5, Lamar 6, Kirk 7, and so on. So we'll just say that.
You have Hurts at 3 right now?
I do have Hurts at 3. I just was doing this so quickly, I completely forgot about Allen. But he definitely does. I mean, his season, I can't really deny. I was hitting the panic button on him week 1. But he's obviously shut me up and other people up, so I can't really argue with what he's done these past few games. He's been incredible.
Huge win last week. Statement win.
Steve,
Yeah,
Josh
I can't
Allen
believe
was your
how
3?
bad he built the Dolphins.
Josh Allen was my 3. Yeah.
Yeah, I had him at 3 as well.
Love it.
Huge surprise against the Dolphins. Huge.
Yeah, I didn't think they were
was.
going to win that game.
I didn't
That
think
was an incredible one.
if I thought they were going to win, I didn't think they were going to win by that much. It was
It was a
dominating.
blowout.
Yeah.
It was a blowout.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, no, it's crazy.
It is. All right, number 2.
Number 2, I've got Justin Herbert there. I think he's one of
Now we're talking.
the best quarterbacks that we'll see going forward consistently. I think just from his rookie year, his ability to throw the deep ball accurately and then just be a reliable passer is great. And he's been consistent every year since then. So, I love the guy. I think he's great.
Yep, totally agree. I have him at 2, only because I obviously have Mahomes at 1.
Whoa! Spoilers.
Wow.
Hey, everyone's thinking it. If you don't have Mahomes at 1, I have more qualms than putting Sam Howell at 7.
Right.
But yeah, Herbert's great. I actually think he's the opposite of someone like Purdy and Tua, where he's actually a victim of his system. I think if you gave him a Mike McDaniels or Kyle Shanahan, he would be incredible. I'd love to see a more offensive-minded coach. I don't even know if Brandon Staley is, to be honest, but I just don't like what they do with his play calling. I think he's an incredible talent. So
Don't waste it, Chargers.
yeah, don't waste it.
My number 2 is Tua.
Good one.
Good one.
Love it.
That's good.
All right.
Yeah, it's fine. We'll move on.
My number 1, Jordan Love. No, I'm just kidding. Patrick Mahomes.
I would have left, would have gotten up and walked out. No.
Patrick Mahomes, easy one. I mean, if
Great.
you don't even look at his stats, if you just watch a game, he does things other people can't do. Not a huge fan of the guy, honestly, but he's a great football player.
Yeah, his personality isn't the most likable. And another takeaway from quarterback. I mean, he's fine, but he is.
He's kind of arrogant.
He's multiple Super Bowls. He is arrogant, but
It just kind of
then
bothers
again,
me.
yeah. Then again, he is, the like next Tom Brady is what people say. Right? Will he win that many Super Bowls? Another question, and have the same career. But he's definitely on track to break a lot of records. So, yeah, he's one for me.
We're all going to agree Patrick Mahomes at numero uno.
9-1. We got locked in. Russell Wilson and Mahomes.
That wraps up our top 10 NFL quarterbacks. That took a long time. We hope you are still with us. We are going to go over some quick we're not going to do our picks on here, but I do want to hear some totals from Steve.
Yep.
Yeah.
If you've got them. So we're going to do our picks off air because that took a long time, and Steve will give us some totals of our picks thus far.
Yep. So we'll do totals, and then we can still do last man standing real quick.
Yep.
So, okay, I'll go with last place on the season so far. Through the first 4 games, we're a quarter of the way through the year. Kyle, you're in last place with a 36 and 28 record.
Oh, let's go. I really thought it was me.
Jackson will lose.
Kyle, your week 4 was 9 and 7, so just above 500.
Okay.
And then I'm
Has
actually
anyone had a losing score
not
per
yet.
week? That's great.
We've done all right. I'm gonna go with number 1 now because I feel like giving off number 2 hints at who number 1 is, obviously. So we're going to jump to who's in first place for the year. Jackson.
No way.
You are
Really?
first. Yeah, with a 41-23 record. You had an electric 2 weeks, capping off with a week 4 record of 12-4 to follow
Wow.
up your 11-5 week 3.
Ties
So,
the all-time.
good job.
I really didn't know that. Actually, that's crazy.
Yeah.
I'm very happy about this.
And then
All right. I'm feeling
obviously,
confident.
I'm a game behind you in second place. I had a
Okay.
lackluster 8-8 week last week.
I have to give
That's where
somebody
the-
else
yeah.
the chance to win picks because I'm the reigning champ.
That's
of
true.
last
Yeah, there
That's
you
true.
go.
No,
Yeah.
the thing I
Yeah.
like it though, I mean, there's 5 games that separates us from last to first, so it's very close. And
Yeah,
as we
absolutely.
saw,
Yeah.
Jackson, you started off with back-to-back 9 and 7 weeks, but you've turned it
Yeah,
around.
I didn't
so
start well.
it can
Yeah.
change quickly. It can those swing picks. You gotta use them
Those
wisely.
swing picks. I'm gonna keep picking the swing picks. I mean,
right.
speaking of picks, we got to keep picking teams for last man standing. So this has become my favorite segment. Hopefully, y'all's favorite segment as well. As we continue to pick one matchup that we feel particularly strongly about going into week 5 and every week thereafter. The rules of the game are you cannot pick a team that you have previously picked on a previous week. And when a team is taken on that particular week, it is now off the board for the other 2 co-hosts. So with that in mind, I think we all passed with flying colors last week. Kyle picking the Seahawks, Steven with the Chargers, me with the 49ers. So we're on to week 5. Steven is the only one that has been perfect.
That's
thus
a
far.
good word. Yep.
He is 4-0. Kyle and I both have 1 strike. We're doing a 3 strikes and you're out elimination. So, with that in mind, we got to determine order because that matters.
Crap. I don't have my
Does
number
matter.
generator. Hold on.
Oh, no.
Hold on. I can
One
get it in
second.
just a second.
All
All right, we're here.
I'm gonna browse the schedules here.
I've got
Schedule.
mine ready. All right. Number generator. It's backwards to everybody watching, of course.
I'm 3.
I'm 1. Jackson's first.
Let's go. All right. Who have I picked so far? I have picked the Bengals, Bills, Chiefs, Niners. I will stay on the streak of picking really good teams, and I will pick the Dolphins over the Giants.
Okay.
That seems like
Easy
a
pick. Boo.
yeah. Seems like an easy pick for me.
Dolphins.
I need
Sharpie.
to get someone else needs a strike before I feel confident going a different direction. But also, I think the Giants just look terrible. Dolphins coming off a loss will be particularly motivated, I think, to get a win here. So seems like a surefire win.
All right. Looking for number 1 here. Come on.
Again?
Number 2, Kyle.
2. Unlike Jackson, I am playing it risky once again.
Love it. Come on.
I am taking the Denver Broncos over the Jets.
That's a great pick.
Excellent pick.
I was eyeing that
And I
one for
believe
sure.
we lost Steven.
Yeah.
All right.
He's back. We thought we lost you there for a second.
We thought we lost you.
Yeah, I actually thought we lost you.
If you froze a little bit, but we're all good.
Just Steven
okay.
froze for me.
Oh, okay. All right.
I'm still moving.
So
Okay.
you've got the Broncos. Love that pick. That was
that's a
one
good
I was looking at. But I'm going risky as well, Kyle. I'm gonna
Love it.
put a lot of faith in my boys coming Monday night into Las
Ooh.
Vegas. I'm taking the
Ooh.
Packers over the Raiders.
Wow.
This is my second week in a row picking against the Raiders, and the Chargers held up their end of the deal. Now I need the Packers too. And since I always pick the Packers anyway, it's an easy one. So that's it.
Nice.
All right,
That is it.
awesome. Now
And we're going to wrap this episode with truly everyone's favorite. It is time for Quick Draw. Woo!
ding 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 ding.
But ding, ding, da, ding. Working on those sound effects.
Always.
Okay. We are doing, well, this is just really just going to be you two, but I'm just going to be kind of hosting this. So, quick draw. We are doing some blind rankings here. So, if you're unfamiliar with that, we're going to have 5 things that we're going to rank. and they will not know what things they are or what order that they're coming in. So it's a blind ranking, and you just have to rank them as I give them to you. So I decided to go with something a little bit easier this time. We are going fast food joints.
Love it.
So this is going to be interesting. And the first one I'm going to give you, top 5, or in 5 order, not necessarily top 5.
Yeah.
Is Popeyes.
Oh,
And so we're ranking this in the top 5.
Yeah, you're ranking what I'm giving
blind
you.
ranking. I'm putting them at 5. I'm not a Popeyes guy. If I'm going,
3.
Whoa. If I'm going
Wow.
for chicken, I'm going for Chick-fil-A
I
or
actually
Cane's.
really like Popeyes. Yeah, so 3. I'll say 3.
Okay.
Shocking.
I'm hoping to hear a few others, but like it depends
trying
which ones
to
you throw in there.
I'm trying to mix up very popular with not so popular,
Okay.
which leads
Oh,
me to
man.
my next one, Arby's.
Ooh,
For me, Arby's is sneaky good.
it is sneaky good.
I love Arby's. I'm struggling between 2 and 4.
I'm gonna go 3, just because the variety of the menu is not great. It's just roast beef, but what they do is really good.
Yeah.
I'll go 4, holding out hope for my 1 and 2 that I already have in my head, but I don't know whether I'll get them. So that's a whole different question. But I got 3 and 4. All right,
Okay. All right.
I like this.
We're going with another one that is not very popular where we're at. But I'm going to throw it in there. Bojangles.
5.
Bojangles isn't bad. I don't
It-
think they're worthy of 2, so I'm gonna put them at 4. I actually like Bojangles.
I could be convinced to put them at 4 if I still had a 4 open, but I've already chosen my 3 and 4, and I'm guessing I can't move those around, right?
They're
Yeah,
locked.
They're locked. I don't like where
So
I'm at
next
here.
2 are my 1 and 2.
Me
That's,
too,
That's
me too.
dangerous. That's dangerous. Come on, give it to me.
All right.
We are going with a very popular one. We're going Wendy's.
2. I was hoping for that one. Wendy's is my easy 2. That's the 2 in my head. I love Wendy's.
I don't know what direction you're gonna go here for number 1. I really like Wendy's. I'm gonna put them at 1. The 4 for 4 was the best deal in fast food history.
It
And now
was.
it's the 4 for 5, but
Yeah, I still get the 4 for 5. Even I mean, like I love that deal, and I don't eat too much fast food, but Wendy's is up there.
incredible
I
deal.
like
You
Wendy's.
can't beat it anywhere.
You
It's
really
so
can't.
Good.
true.
It's so good.
It's true.
And the
Solid food.
Frosties. Oh, Wendy's.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
Wendy's
great.
is a great
Yeah.
number 1. All right, let's hear the last one.
No, it is a great one. Number 1. If he says McDonald's or Burger King, I'm screwed.
I'm not. I'm not.
Oh.
I'm gonna throw a little bit of a curve here.
No,
I tried to leave like really big ones out of this because I wanna make it interesting.
That's good. I like that.
So we're going. I mean, this is a big one, but it's probably not somebody's top choice most of the time. The final one, Taco Bell.
Yes. I'm
6.
very happy with my list. Number 2,
6.
baby. Love it.
I've never eaten a Taco Bell in my life.
Whoa! We're
6.
taking a
You
Water Boys
what?
trip to Taco Bell.
6.
We need like a 1-bite review. Shout out
Yeah.
Dave.
Yeah, no. I've had drinks there, which doesn't count, obviously. Never actually eaten there. No.
Wow. Shocking.
We're taking Jackson to Taco Bell.
I love Taco
Yeah,
Bell.
I guess it's happening. Yeah.
I love Taco Bell. However, last time I went, I was a little disappointed with the quality. Like, if it's normally a C plus, it was like a D. So
When Taco
wasn't
Bell's
great.
bad,
it's bad. Yeah.
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 But when it's good, it is good.
It's really good.
Okay, so Steve, quick, what were your rankings of your foods
Okay,
here?
Popeyes 5, Bojangles 4, Arby's 3, Taco Bell 2, Wendy's 1. I love that list. I think it's flawless.
Not bad. Not bad.
Yeah.
Jackson?
I hate this list. 5 Bojangles, 4. Gosh, I don't remember what the ones you said now. This is hard.
4 was Arby's, maybe.
Yeah, 4 was Arby's. That's right. 3 was Popeyes, which now would be my 1 if I could. Wendy's was 2, which would be still my 2, and then Taco Bell at 1. That's crazy.
Jackson loves Taco Bell.
No, I've never even eaten there, and I refuse to.
That's going to be the title.
To eat there. They
the
use a
title
meat
of this
hose.
episode is Jackson loves Taco
Dude,
Bell.
I hate y'all.
Oh, that's perfect.
I have so many.
I wanted
I'm
to
so
leave
infuriated.
because personally, Chick-fil-A is my
Yeah,
favorite fast
agreed.
food of
That's
all
an easy
time.
one.
Yeah,
So
absolutely.
I'm
Yeah.
not going to put that in there.
Yeah,
Jackson, you were talking
Wendy's was
about the spicy chicken sandwich earlier and how it can make your week.
Yeah.
I used to have hockey on Thursday nights, and I would get a sandwich after hockey every Thursday night, and it
That's a great ritual.
literally made my entire week to have that spicy
Yeah.
sandwich.
No,
after
that's
hockey.
awesome. Yeah.
So-
Well, it's kind
Love
of
Chick-fil-A.
kind of perfect. I opened it up with McDonald's. Then I didn't know we were circling back for fast food, but this is great.
Yeah, that's
Hey,
great.
It all worked out.
Great,
Yeah.
great quick jaw.
Hey, that was everyone's favorite. Hopefully, we'll keep rolling with the quick draws here because they truly were everyone's favorite. Boys, another episode in the books. Kind of a long one. We went pretty long on the top 10 there, so we hope you're sticking with us. If you're
Sorry
sticking
about
with
that.
us, you are a true Waterboys fan, and we appreciate you listening. We really do. So make sure you follow us on all the socials. Make sure you follow us on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and YouTube. Make sure you also tune into our college football show, which will be coming out on Friday. Boys, any last comments? Anything to say to the people before we sign off here?
Thanks for sticking around. Hope you
Yes.
enjoyed it.
Sam Howell sucks.
Okay, Jackson is no longer a member of the podcast. Thanks for tuning in. We love you, and we'll see you next time.